Okay guys, so we are towards the end of the day now. As you can see, it's nighttime. We are traveling to see Gerard Mack now, and Gerard is my sound mixer, or one of my sound mixers. He's just done my Revenge of the Guaylo movie, and we touch base quite often, not only to talk about the projects that we're working on, but also plan and strategy of how to market the movie, how to get the best distributor, what festivals to enter, lots and lots of things. And he works professionally in sound, behind the camera and in post-production, and he's been a great colleague of mine that I've worked with over the last couple of years doing the 5.1 sound mix for Guaylo. Pretty well-known sound guy, probably one of the best in Melbourne at the moment, and really in demand. And he's Dan Armstrong's go-to guy, so he's very hard to get. In fact, even when I did Guaylo, it was kind of good timing that I got him in the middle of two Dan Armstrong films, so that's great. So let's go and catch up with him and get the latest in the news. Hi, it's Gerard.
Hi, Gerard.
Do you want to film us going up the stairs?
Yep.
Because this is like Stairway to Heaven. Yeah, so got in touch with Channel 31, and finally they want to screen some of my stuff. And it came about because I saw Richard had done the Best of Muff, and they might have screened, I don't know, 10 features over 10 Saturday nights consecutively. And they got in touch and said, look, I've got a whole bunch of local content. You know, do you want to play some of mine? And they were like, yeah, we do. And I was like, that's great. Man, it's good to see you. Yeah. Guaylo has been entered into a whole bunch of festivals now. Cool. So we're just waiting, but it's looking pretty good. And then the distro hunt will start. So, but I'm still working on that press kit as well. Right, I've nearly finished it. Yeah, the press kit that has it's got the book, the DVD, the posters, the graphic novel. Doesn't it have some action figures? Yeah, it's got everything. I can't wait to show you. It's amazing. It's just awesome. And how many action figures? I think we mocked up one or two, but then I got one of myself done as a prototype, which was awesome. But I want to ask you about Sheborg. How are you going with post sound on Sheborg? Well, great. Yeah? Yeah. Good. Yeah, because you did the sound. I did the sound. I did the sound. Of course, since I started the sound, it's been edited again 3 times. Oh, really? Yeah, for visual effects. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we're up to edit 3, so I've had to move things along. Oh, okay, yeah, right. It's a was it a picture lock and you've had to, it was a picture lock then but Daniel knew that would happen, so he's cool and I can deal with it. Yeah. We did an ADR session, so we only really did one ADR session. And we've entered the Guaylo score into competition. Can I just say that on camera? I'm going to point at camera. We've entered the Guaylo score into many competitions as well. Thank you, just want to get that on record. Do it. Which is an amazing score. Thank you. It's the best score I've ever had. In fact, it's the best score I've ever had, and I want to listen to it in the car. I want the CD. I think anybody is lucky to come in and work with you because, as I said, you know, before discovering you, finding you, and seeing that you'd done so many indie films, you know, you've really become the go-to guy. I mean, you know, as far as indie sound mix goes, if they can book in, and I was saying to Anna before, you're hard to book. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't just sort of come and say, I'm doing a mix with Gerard. You've got to book in, you've got to find the time. Yeah. That's why, you know, people say to me as well, oh, you know, when did you find time to write your book? And I said, well, that's great, but why don't you go visit Gerard? Many nights and weeks where I do 7 days. Yeah, true. 7 days, 7 nights, yep. 7 mornings, 7 days, nights and mornings. It's like biblical, it's like 42 days in the desert or something, you know, it's like 40 days and 40 nights, yeah. Lawrence it's biblical. Lawrence of Arabia. I mean, this is not a lie, I've actually fallen asleep in this chair. That's awesome. That's the next. I'm actually going to be doing a bit of a remodel here. Yeah. And that's the plan. Yep. I'm going to keep my carpet though. Do you like my carpet? You got to check the carpet. That's second hand from the Cinema Nova. Because I wanted these tiles. They're double thickness carpet tiles for acoustic ones, and I looked them up online. They were second hand. Yeah. And instead of buying them for like literally $100 a square metre, I was getting them for $5 a square metre. Well, I can't remember what it was, what it cost me. Yeah. And so I said, oh, I'll have those ones. They look kind of cool. And the guy said to me, oh yeah, they're from the Cinema Nova. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's matchmaker right there.
Okay, they're the ones.
Sold.
It was meant to be, you know?
Absolutely.
What can I say? It's not...
LucasArts.
No, it's not Skywalker Sound.
Skywalker Sound.
In Hollywood.
Skywalker
I
Ranch.
wish, right? But, you know.
Hey, but you know what though?
One day.
It's the mini Skywalker Ranch of Melbourne.
That's right.
That's what it is, and that's all that counts.
Skywalker Melbourne.
You know, and it's better than the guy who told me he could do a sound mix. You know,
on his
and it was and his laptop and stereo, and the laptop was his studio.
Yeah.
It's like, give me a break.
No. A lot of my work comes from people who've had issues with
they come in here for damage control, and then you say sorry, but the original can't be even sometimes.
Well, it happened just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, you're right. And isn't it a bit scary that that's a reality, that we're saying on an indie film we're not used to getting clean dialogue? That's really sad. Because, as you said, once you've got dialogue, everything else is going to happen in post. I think filmmakers are getting too confused with creating this shot in this scene and already thinking, oh, it's going to sound like this, and I'm going to have that music, and there's going to be an explosion, and this and that. And they need to forget about all that. They need to just get clean dialogue. And I think if that you've taught me this. It's like if it's just clean dialogue is the only thing they've got to worry about, and it's one thing, then they can do it. And I've actually seen a lot of guys quit for this reason. I had guys in film school that started to make this film and were full of life, full of passion, full of love, but it got stuck in one of these areas, which is usually sound, and they couldn't get out. And maybe they didn't have the money, they lost passion, there was fights, there was arguments, this and that. They never even finished their movie, and then a lot of them quit the industry full stop. I'm amazed at the decisions that are made on a whim, where people are like, oh yeah, let's do it. It's like, do you really know what you're about to embark on, man? We're talking like, if you want this done properly, it's 3 years of your life, and if you don't have the gear, you're going into damage control from day one and you didn't even realise it.
The total investment, you know, is about 20,000 in a good sound kit.
20,000 in gear alone, just to go out and say, right, I've got some gear to do my sound on one film, and that's just hard costs. Yeah, see, people don't realise that either. You can't go out there and expect to get that quality result with anything less than that. And you just reminded me as well that when we first talked about the score, that you love Chinese instruments. And I remember you said you were experimenting with a whole lot of different plugins and this and that, and different instruments you're playing, and I was like, oh, this is going to be perfect, because you said you wanted to do an Asian style movie, and I was like, here it is, and it was like, oh, this is perfect timing. How many tracks do you reckon we had in that particular 5.1 mix? It must have been like, what, 30 tracks? What was it maximum?
Really? You want to know? Including music?
Yeah, like how many do you reckon?
Roughly? In the hundreds.
Hundreds, oh my god. That's phenomenal. All right, my friend, thank you so much.
No worries.
Good to see you, as usual.
Yeah.
Good to catch up, and onwards and
Thanks
upwards.
Thanks for coming over.
As usual.
Welcome to the little studio. You probably spent too much time in here. I don't know.
Probably not enough.
Cut.
Today we are driving in convoy as we speak out to the location set for Cult Girls, and you're also, I guess, you're also doubling for Jane Badler.
We will blow this car up.
Fabulous. It's been so multifaceted. There's so many different types of scenes that I'm doing.
I think we're going to be hit by a fire truck.